Welcome to REMelations. We're your hosts. I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke.
REMelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams. From nightmares to the just plain bizarre, join us as we give you our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle. This week I'm reading a dream from Tiarnah from Australia that has to do with daydreaming with cows and paddocks and losing your mom in a war zone.
Ooh.
Tough.
We also have some very interesting catnaps this week about Tom Hanks' haircuts gone wrong, just trying to eat that tough steak, ghostly piano keys, and of course, airport shenanigans.
Of course.
And I'm also going to be talking about, we've talked about urban legends of the past, but for this, as Mindy loves to hear, spooky time of year, I'm going to be sharing some scary folklore that will really, really haunt your dreams.
All right, Bestie. Time to get through that TSA pre-check.
Yes.
And let's get started.
Woo! 151. 151.
Uno, cinco, uno.
Uno, cinco, uno. Un, sank, un.
We are so well-versed
boy.
in language.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Hi. You look beautiful in white.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thanks.
I should wear it every day.
Thanks for thanking me.
Yes. I'm in a whole other space in my basement too. I've moved again because the backdrop I usually use to record is being used to create a wedding backdrop for my sister. So I don't feel like reassembling it because I already took it down.
Don't blame ya.
Yeah. So I don't know how the audio quality is going to be on the side, but I'm sure it's going to be fantastic.
You sound okay to me.
Okay,
I mean, not that I'm the expert, but I think if it were that bad, I'd probably hear some kind of difference.
Yeah. Well, I see you're already in your jammies.
I'm in half my jammies. This is a jammy set, but I just have the shirt on. And I would hate to tell you that I have pink pajama pants on, so it's completely clashing.
Mm-hmm, yeah, red and pink. Well, I mean...
you know what? I don't give a shit.
That's okay. You're 40-something years old. You don't have to give a shit about anything.
I don't, and I'm comfortable. So
actually, It's funny because I had to run to Target last night unexpectedly because it was the youngest. It's homecoming week, and
oh my gosh,
today is pajama day, and she's like, "I don't have any pajama pants." I'm like, "What do you mean you don't have pajama pants?
What do you wear every night?"
But then I thought about it a little more, and she's definitely more of a sleep in your shorts type or
shorts,
just t-shirt or shorts and a sports bra. So I'm like, okay, I understand. I guess now that I think about it, you don't have any pajama pants. So $20 Target, save the day.
Good mom.
Homecoming week.
Mama.
Thanks. Well, I think it's time for us to get started. What do you think?
I think you're correct.
And here's the funny thing is when I don't have the topic of the week, I totally forget that I have to actually do work. So
you mean analysis?
Yeah, exactly. I totally forgot until I got down here and going, oh shit, I didn't. That's okay, because I'm feeling vibey today. I feel I can just knock it out live.
Yeah, let's vibe it.
Okay,
let's vibe with it. Yeah, I'm good with that. GVO.
This dream comes to us from New South Wales.
Ooh, I love Australia.
Yes, and this is, I hope we're saying your name right, Tiarnah?
Okay.
Tiarnah. Tiarnah. I love it. Either way. Beautiful.
Either way. Tiarnah. It's pretty. I've never heard it. I love it.
Love it. Okay, so here it starts. I had this recurring nightmare when I was a kid.
Oh, no.
Yeah, never good. I am now 29, and it stayed with me till this day.
Shit.
My dreams and... It is like the random shit.
Shit.
That's probably what she's thinking too. Shit.
God damn it, I had the dream again.
My dreams and nightmares have always worked strangely in the fact that I watch myself die frequently.
Ugh.
Yeah, not great.
That's not good.
I'll be looking at myself sometimes from above. Sometimes it's like I'm lying next to myself. Sometimes it's like I'm just a dead body sort of waiting. Each time I die, I feel scared and all the other associated feelings with dying in your dreams. But then it just sort of rolls into the next dream. I wouldn't say
Hmm.
I dream lucid, but I'm aware of the dream changing.
That's
So I love the
interesting.
background. So we're gonna get to the
Yeah,
dream in a second.
I love a background.
In this particular dream I had as a kid, it had been after another dream. Hang in there. I
Hmm.
know it's weird and confusing. We're with you, Tiarnah.
We get it.
I was in a big paddock with my sister. We're Australian, so picture a dry, crunchy grass, not much greenery at all, some tall, straggly gum trees scattered sparsely. That kind of
Got
thing.
it.
A paddock.
Got it.
Have you ever been to a paddock, Brooke?
Not that I can say of, but I hope to someday. Which means I just hope to go to Australia someday.
Agreed. Can you take me with
Paddock
you?
or not, I
Yes.
just hope to be there.
I think the only way we're going to analyze your dream here is if we
Yes.
get to hold your hand in
I
person.
think we need to really come there and, yes,
See the
like Mindy said,
paddock?
hold your hand, experience maybe all of the country, not just where you live, all of the
Yes,
continent.
yes, of course. Oh yeah, it's a continent and a country. They're very
It
lucky.
is. Mm.
Okay, so big paddock with her sister. We were just sitting in the little bit of shade that there was, watching some cows. We were just talking about kid things, school and friends, lovely stuff. Then the dream ended, I guess, and melted into
Mm.
another vision.
Yikes.
This is the awful, scary dream that stayed with me for my whole life. Mm.
I'm nervous.
We are in some kind of city. I don't know where, and it's just chaos. A war of some kind, I think, because there were explosions and bombs going off. Yeah, that sounds like war.
It sounds like a Cranberry song. With the bombs
Zombie
and the
and
bombs
zombie.
and the bombs and the bombs.
Oh, and gunfire
zombie.
everywhere. Gunfire everywhere is the next sentence. So yeah, I like it. We're rewriting. Creative license.
You know.
Dead bodies and such stressful, loud, brain-rattling
Ooh.
noises and screams.
Not
It's awful.
good. No wonder this has stuck with her for so long.
It
It's
was
like PTSD from a dream.
yes, war PTSD. Just from dreamland. It was just me, my sister, and my mom. I like how when they use mom.
I love Mum.
We were running frantically. Mom had both of us by the hands, and there was dust and smoke everywhere. I could barely see. We were terrified. Mom was trying to get us to safety.
Oh, what a good mom.
What a good mom. I could feel her hand in mine, and then I felt nothing. I looked down and a huge piece of concrete or something similar exploded off a building and landed on top of my mother.
Oh!
That's all.
Shit!
Why did I pick
That's
this
a
one?
louder shit, Mindy.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no.
Poor mom.
And all of a sudden she just can't feel her hand anymore.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a terrible feeling in picture. Her legs and most of her torso were pinned under this car-sized piece of rock.
Oh,
I remember
God.
I remember her looking dead in my eyes and telling me, with such desperation in her voice, to run.
Oh.
I couldn't. I told her I couldn't leave her. I was crying so hard. That I felt I was going to die. She told me to take my sister and run to safety.
She is a good mom.
I know. I'm getting hot and bothered. Like, not good hot and bothered, like bad hot and bothered.
I'm getting emotional.
Cold and cryy.
Yeah, the opposite of hot and bothered.
Cold and weepy.
Okay,
Yeah,
that works.
Okay.
Let's say that.
Yeah, let's for now. I didn't even look back at my mother. That's the one thing that bothers me the most about this nightmare. And then my sister and I were running as hard as we could.
But she was doing what her mom would have wanted her to do and told her to do. And that is very hard sometimes.
Yeah.
But know that your mom would have been happy that you took your sister and ran for safety.
Mm-hmm. The dream shifted and we were back in the same paddock, sitting in the shade, looking at the cows, talking about kid stuff.
Cows.
I didn't feel the terror and panic I had back in the scary dream. Strange feeling. Being aware of a dream that you had within another dream. If someone can explain this better, please do. I think my brain thinks it makes sense in the fact when it does not. You're doing great. We get you.
We got you, girl. Like our
Yeah, we
brains don't
gotcha.
necessarily work, in a straight
Literally.
line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a linear pattern. It's
Never.
just gonna be all around.
She says, I don't remember anything else after that. I woke up, and all I could think about was that horrific nightmare. I was scared and panicked. I ran out of my room and checked my mom. She was fine.
Okay,
Just kind
good.
of pissy. I came into her room so dramatically and so early in the morning, screaming about her being dead. And she was definitely not dead.
And she's like, I was dead asleep.
Get
Thanks for
out.
waking me
Lock the
up.
door. I had the dream for a few times a week for a few months.
A few times a week?
The lovely cow dream only happened once. I guess I remember it because that was the first time I had this recurring nightmare of my mom being squashed and me not being able to help.
Ugh.
I remember rolling into this nightmare from other dreams, but I don't remember those dreams, just this nightmare. After probably 7 or 8 months, it just stopped, and I never had it again. I still think about it a lot, and it bothers me when I do. I didn't realize this email would be quite this long. Sorry about it. Don't be.
No need to apologize.
I haven't actually really put this into words properly before. I always just told my mom frantically about my dream and her being dead. In my defense, I was a kid, and it was very scary.
I'm sure it'd be scary as an adult.
Oh my God, yes, equally.
I mean, I've seen documentaries on like the San Francisco earthquake that happened during, or the, what is it, the Northridge? Or is that what one it was?
Just say California somewhere.
Yeah. It was the World Series earthquake.
Oh, yeah.
I just remember that one. But like the part of the freeway collapsed on top of the other part of the freeway. And like, that's what I pictured because it's like the cement slab, like coming down. And it's all about timing and luck and
bad.
where you
Yes.
are at the
Oh,
right
exactly.
time or
Wrong time.
Wrong time.
I would say the right time. I would definitely say the wrong
Not
time.
for this stream. Maybe
if I'm standing in front of
a car in front or a car in back
right.
would be preferable, but not where the cement comes down.
Yeah, and that's it from Tiarnah. Thank you for sharing. It was awful, but thank you.
It was awful. Thank you so much.
I'm glad you actually put it into words, though. I mean, sometimes it does take us to put it down into a written format of some sort in order to process it.
You know, they say that you're supposed to do that. You're supposed to write like something down first before you like address someone or say something to someone. Just so you
don't do that. I know you better, Bestie.
I don't, but that's what they say. They say you're supposed to do.
I mean, sometimes it's better to sit on things
out and then you sit on it for a minute. But
yeah, I get it.
Mindy, though, this was a great dream. But before you get into your, I know it's going to be brilliant analysis of it. I just want to remind our besties out there that submitting a dream is so fantastic for us. But there are other ways you can support the show too. And you just need to go to REMelations.com/support. That's where you can submit your dreams. You can buy awesome merch. Or you can join our Patreon, which is our sleepover squad, which is the best thing because you get extra footage. I don't know what we call it. Do we call it gag reels? I don't know.
Midnight snacks.
Midnight snacks. You get all kinds of goodies.
Because you know you want a little more. And so you wake up and you go get a midnight snack. It's like you want more REMelations.
You feel good. You feel good and happy then. So yes, bestie, please go to REMelations.com/support. We love you.
And I love this stream. Well, I don't love the stream. I love the thought of the stream. I'm glad I didn't have it personally. But let's get into it.
Could you imagine? Oh, it was so descriptive with her not, I know I said it before, but her not feeling her mom's hand anymore. Like, that's what got me.
Yes.
Woo,
okay.
Woo.
So let's start off. It's a recurring dream that happened when she was a kid. So in my mind, I mean, typically these kind of nightmares we see spawn up about 7 or 8 years old. And I'm wondering if this is the age she was. And those recurring nightmares as a kid is quite common.
Yeah.
So it starts off really great. She is sitting in this beautiful paddock with her sister, and she's just hanging in the shade. Like, what a more lovely way. Looking at cows, just talking about kid stuff. Like, what would you be talking about as a kid? Probably like Barbies.
Barbies.
I know you so well. I know you so well. 7'8", total
Yep.
Barbie life. Yes, she's a Barbie
Barbie.
girl in her Brookie world.
That's me. I'm a Brookie girl in
In
my
her
Brookie
Barbie world.
world.
Yes.
Wrapped in plastic. It's fantastic.
Okay, I liked Barbies, but I would say I was really into stickers at the time.
I was going to
like
say, you
sticker
liked the
books.
scratch and
I liked
sniff
all the
stickers, didn't you?
stickers. It's stationary,
Yes.
which I still am into stationary, not
Which
gonna lie.
is
I was kind of a
still
nerd, you can tell. Yeah, but
no.
I love Barbies too, don't get me wrong. My
I
sisters
mean,
were like older or younger, so I was never had like a Barbie buddy. And you
that's true.
didn't have a Barbie buddy either.
I think I've mentioned this before. I tried to play Barbie with my brother with his G.I. Joe, and he was always like, they're not the same size. They can't play together. And I'm like, oh, I just want to play.
And he's like, my G.I. Joe will kill your Barbie.
And I'm like, okay.
If that's the only way to play with me, I guess he can kill her.
I guess that's okay.
Can I put on a nice outfit for her first?
Her hair's already cut off. Do you really need to kill her?
Barbie buddies. That's what everyone needs, is a Barbie. And I feel like
I love that term, Barbie buddy.
Yeah,
I
think,
never
like,
had a Barbie buddy.
no, neither did I. And I think Tiarnah had that Barbie buddy and her little sister, and I feel like they have a close relationship.
They have
Or
they're
growing up,
cow
they were very
buddies.
close. Yeah, they're cow buddies.
Cow
Close
buddies.
enough.
That's better.
So
It's a real thing.
everything was going great, and then all of a sudden, she mentions the dream within the dream, and she says how aware she was, even though it wasn't lucid. It was something that even happened. It's not only it was a recurring dream, but it was a recurring dream within a dream. Which
Which is,
we're in the metaverse.
I don't know if we've ever explored that, really. Like, we've had a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream. We've had recurring dreams,
But not
we had recurring dream within a dream. Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We're getting existential here.
So we get into like the nightmare part of this dream, and this is just makes my heart so sad.
Mm.
We're in a time of chaos, and it's at 6 between the young kids' ages, which I'm guessing here that age where she was at when she had this dream, but that's a lot going on. You're going out into the world, you're meeting friends at school, you're moving out from that family bubble, that safety bubble, and it's very scary for kids. So a lot of times it can manifest itself into nightmares. And all she wants is the safety of her mom.
Which is not unusual or an unusual want or need or request from
Even at 44, I still need my mom.
I was going to say at any age, like, depending on your relationship with your mom,
Sure.
that feeling never goes away. The want for that maternal comfort, wherever that may come from, for you. But
aunties, grandmas, bestie, something like that. Sure.
Yeah.
And like you said, the fact that she had let her mom's hand go, all of a sudden wasn't there anymore. It was such a poignant part of the dream. It just ripped my heart out because it's that safety was right there, and then all of a sudden, so abruptly, she felt that there was a change in her life at that age,
and so close. Like, it wasn't like they were literally holding hands.
Yes,
it wasn't like her mom was following her or ahead
steps
of her.
ahead or steps behind. Yeah.
Oh God. Oh.
And there was nothing she could do. And then the mom, being the mom, she said, save yourself, save your sister, just like a mom would do.
Wouldn't you say the same thing?
Absolutely, 1,000%. Like, I've had a nice life. You have your whole life ahead of you.
I'd say it about my cats. I'd be like, save my cats.
Brooke's gonna like lay under the slab, be like, save my cats.
Please save my cats. Give them a good life. Mindy, they're coming to you.
I don't think Mark would like that.
I was like, Mark's going to be so happy. He's so deathly allergic.
Yeah, so deathly. I come home from your apartment and I have to like wash my stuff immediately or else
you have to go through like one of those science rinses,
That's
like
what I should do.
Chemical showers.
Like those detox zones where you walk in one door, it's like vacuum sealed. That's pretty much what I do. But so sorry, the cats aren't coming here. But
okay,
for Tiarnah,
I know
she felt the loss, and then she grappled with that part where she's like, do I move on or do I leave my mom? And she did the right thing. I mean, she did what her mom wanted to do, so she did take her sister and run. And
it's such a hard decision to make, though.
Yeah,
as at a young age.
Yeah, and because of that, she passed, I would say, like almost past the dream. Like,
Mm-hmm.
she won, so to say. Like, she got out of that nightmare situation and she went back to the lovely paddock with her sister watching the cows. Back to
Yes.
Barbie buddies.
Back to Barbie buddies.
So I think this is just a dream that's in that part of your life where, like I said, you're out exploring the world, you're starting to get more independent, you make your own friends, you go to school, and it's just a manifestation of that scary outside world where
That
your mom's not
change.
by your side
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
It is. Wow. Good job, Mindy. Good job. I love that.
Yeah, I just want to hang out with the paddock though, watching cows.
I want to see the cows. What kind of cows do you think they were? Black and white cows, brown and white cows? The cows that are like black in the middle but white on each
like
side.
the Oreo cows.
The Oreo cows. We're from the Midwest, so we know cows.
We do, yet we don't.
We know what they look like, but I don't know a goddamn thing about a cow or how to take care of a cow.
No. Well, that's facts for you folks. Cow facts. Or lack
Cow
thereof.
facts.
Cow
It's our
facts.
new segment on the show. It's called Cow Facts.
What? Brooke's going to tell us of a new variety of cow.
This week. No, I'm just kidding.
I will say that here's a funny sidebar.
Oh.
When we were traveling as a family when I was younger, so it was like my mom, my dad, my sisters, and I, we were all in a car. We had stopped by the side of the road for something. I don't remember. Someone probably had to take a pee.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all of a sudden by this fence of cows, and my mom will still tell this story today. As soon as we all, we get out of the car, we stretch. This whole line of cows turn their butts towards our cow, or no, turn their butts towards our car and begin peeing.
Oh, they were showing you
Like,
how to do it.
Just
They're like,
just
girls, it's okay.
synchronized
Just
cow
let
peeing.
it go.
Here's how you do it. We haven't had a visitor around here in 25 years now.
We know why you're pulled over. We know humans. You guys gotta piss.
Yeah, just here's sometimes if there's running water, it makes you have to go.
They're
makes
just
sense.
helping you, Mindy. Cows are very nice.
There are. Mom says my mom's like, that's like, it was the strangest thing that ever happened. Like 4 of them in sync.
Just like the 4 daughters in sync. Peeing.
All right. Thank you for sharing your dream again, Tiarnah. Appreciate
Yes.
that. And nothing major. I think it was just like a life change at the time.
It was. Yeah,
It was simple.
absolutely.
Sorry it was so
Good dream.
horrible to experience.
I mean, good dream, bad dream, right? That's what that's what we can always say. It's a good dream, even if it's a bad dream. We get it.
Oh, is that what we say? Because I don't think we've ever said that before.
No, we've never said it.
Good
but
dream,
I'm saying
bad dream.
any dream is a good dream, even if it's a bad dream, because it tells you something.
I don't think I can fit that on a T-shirt. I think it's a little wordy. We're gonna have to work on that.
That's a little wordy, Mindy. We'll have to do some creative thinking for this.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll work on that. We'll workshop it.
Okay, Mindy, I've got our question of the week.
I am loaded and bloated for this. No,
Whoa, okay.
I'm ready.
All right, you ready?
Ready, Freddie.
Would you rather have to say every thought out loud or never be able to speak again?
I don't think people would want to hear my every thought out loud because my brain goes like a million miles an hour. I would never shut up.
My brother tells me to shut up all the time. He's like, you've been talking for an hour. And I'm like, I've got stuff to say.
Sometimes Mark will be like, those are thoughts for inside your head. And I'm like, oh, yeah, they are. Because I just feel comfortable with them. So I just say what's in my mind.
That's
but no,
fine. But to never be able to speak?
No, I don't think people would like it, but that's not my problem. I would say everything that's in my mind.
It's their problem.
It's their problem. They'd have to walk away because I am literally, I'm
like the most embarrassing, dirty, or awful thought, and you just are like, bleh.
Yeah, and I get that. And it's also if you're like making some that sounds bad, making fun of someone in your head, or you're like, ooh, those shoes don't go with that shirt.
Even like a little thing like that, you'd feel.
No, I'd still have to go with every thought. Okay. You? What are you thinking?
Well, can you guess? I would
every thought.
Every thought, because we have tested it since high school that I can't shut up.
You can't. We had bets. We had bets going on in high school.
We have bets.
But how long Brooke could go without talking. I don't think it ever got very far along.
No, it wasn't very long.
No.
I never won.
No. I think I always took your dollar on that one.
I think, you got so many of my dollars for
So
so many
many.
different bets, but I wouldn't, yes, not that I'm ashamed of my thoughts, but yeah, everybody has those little things here and there. And my God, but I don't,
Do you
how
think
could we do this podcast, Mindy?
right.
We
That's
couldn't
all
do
this
this
podcast is. It's just my
podcast.
thoughts rambling in my brain. And you guys listen and pay to do so sometimes. So it's crazy.
We thank you. We thank you for listening because we're both choosing to speak and we
Yes.
will continue to do so.
Do you think it'd be different, like, stereotypical guys, like, just how much, they say the average man thinks about sex every 6 seconds or whatever
I would
ridiculous
feel
thing
like
is.
guys would take the not speak again because they
Really?
would be like
Embarrassed.
titties, ass, or maybe
Titties,
they're like
ass.
dick,
Ass on titties.
dick, ass, titties, titties, ass, dick, titties. I just
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
it would be nonstop all day, and whoever
Yeah, it
I
could be.
was hanging around, I'd be like, shut the fuck up.
See,
about
again, it's the
titties."
listener's problem, not the speakers.
It is the listener's problem. I'm already feeling the stress of the problem.
Yes. Bestie, we want to know what you think. If you want to join our Facebook group, that's where you can join this conversation, our question of the week. Just search for REMelations Besties on Facebook and let us know what you think. Let's I don't know. I'm pretty definite thoughts.
I guess I'm pretty definite, but it is a tricky question.
It
It
is.
really does make you think.
Brookie, are you ready to roll into some catnaps?
I love some catnaps.
You got your jammies on? Looks like you're ready.
Shimmy, shimmy.
Bestie, this is the part of the show where we read listeners' dreams as many as we can. We don't spend too much time on them. We don't analyze them. We just have fun reading whatever you share. Short, sweet, I would say love stories, dream stories, love stories. Doesn't matter. Just send it along. We're going to read it on
It could
air.
be a love story. You don't know.
You never know.
Well, should I get started or
Kick
do you
it
want to
off.
get started?
No, please. Go ahead.
All right. This is Gloria, and she's from Ankeny. Gloria says, it was part of a recurring dream where I am on a college campus and have lost my purse or backpack.
Not
Anyway,
good.
I come upon Tom Hanks attending some sort of meeting.
Hello,
as one would.
Tom?
As one would.
Mr. Hanks.
Tom.
Wait a minute.
Mr.
Wait a minute.
We've
Are you
had to-
sure?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay, hold on. I have my notebook.
I think we have.
I can't imagine we haven't.
I don't think.
Give me the hashtag tab. Hold on, let me look.
Okay, get the hashtag tab. How do you keep it in order? Do you do it alphabetically? How
By
do you
episode number.
Oh,
So
episode.
I do have to alphabetically. Would be smart.
Yes, because I'm almost positive we have, but
not seeing
take
it
a
so
minute.
far.
If we haven't, ding, 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 we've got a winner.
After consulting the REMelations notebook, we have not yet hashtagged Mr. Hanks.
How is this possible?
How? Hashtag what does Tom Hanks
dream?
Pause. Favorite Tom Hanks character in a movie of all time.
Mindy. Oh, shit. Put me on the spot. You go first.
Nope, I don't want to. I know. I mean, how do you choose one? I mean, incredible actor.
Comedy, drama. What do you choose? What do you choose?
I mean, I love the youthfulness of the movie Big. And you have to kind of go old school. Like, he's just young and quirky and just, it really shows like how
you've got
funny
the Zoltar machine, you've got the keyboard, the dancing on the piano with Robert Loggia. No, Robert Loggia.
Oh, I got that wrong. That's right.
Loggia.
We don't have him hashtag either.
Oh gosh,
I don't know. I think
he might not be with us. I'm not sure.
I think I have to go with Big. I mean, I don't know. You?
Big.
Okay.
I love Big. And that's such a big part of like my childhood.
Yes.
That I'm so glad you pulled that out because like you think of like something.
Oh, you can do that thing you do.
Mindy, how? How did we both not think of this?
Right? I mean, our cult classic of our teen youth time. I think
that was teen. So like Big maybe was childhood.
Yes.
Our late teens were that thing you do, and maybe like Saving Private Ryan. We have to have like that balance.
Okay, we'll balance it out. I mean, you can't just have one Tom Hanks and Tom Hanks.
But I love Big. I love big.
I just love Tom Hanks, and I would love to know what Tom Hanks dreams.
Yes.
So,
Please tell us,
Tom
Tommy.
Hanks, first of all, what are you doing on college campuses? I don't think you need to go to school right now. Second
Well,
of all,
he's attending some sort of meeting, Mindy.
a meeting about dreams. Maybe it was a live
Maybe.
show of REMelations. Surprise!
Well, we need to start going to college campuses.
Oh my god, yes. But no, I would really love to know what he dreams because he is just such a genuine, like,
I've heard he's just
Americana
a nice guy.
icon.
I've heard that about Colin Hanks too, like
Mm.
his son. Like I've heard
Yes.
they're both very nice people.
I'm gonna add a whole family.
Whole family.
And his wife
Rita
was even in.
Wilson.
Rita was in
Yes.
that thing you do too. So like,
She was.
let's
As
hashtag
a
the whole.
slutty-
We've never done
as-
this before. Should we just hashtag the whole Hank family?
Let's do it.
Hashtag what does the Hank family?
What? Oh, the Hank family. I was going to do individual. What does Colin Hanks dream? What does Rita Wilson dream?
Everyone. We need.
I know there's another
details.
one at least. I think there's another kid.
think you're right.
I'm not. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to Gloria.
Sorry, Gloria.
That's
how can you
okay.
not be distracted by Mr. Hanks?
I mean, Tom
Polar
Hanks.
Express Tom Hanks?
No, I don't like that Tom Hanks. I'm saying no to
What?
that.
Okay,
I
moving
do
on
not
before we even
like
get in
how
our
that movie
fight.
looked.
Okay, moving
It was
on.
creepy.
Okay, my kid's favorite movie at Christmas time.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Well,
fine.
Agree to disagree.
I
College
love
campus.
Jaws 4. It's my favorite Christmas movie. So Tom Hanks is attending some sort of meeting on this college campus,
Mhm.
and he has lost a bet. He gets me to start shaving his head,
Oh,
but the clippers he gives me are dull. I end up not finishing, and he walks away with a partly shorn head.
oh,
But he's still in a good mood.
of course he is.
And that's
Of
it.
course he would be.
He's like, well, I lost the bet, but it didn't quite go so well. But oh well.
That's Tom for
Oh,
you.
well.
That's Tom.
Ah, shucks.
I love it. I mean, college campuses and high schools, from my experience, are full of those crazy bets and dares.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Moving on, I've got Katie from Coralville, Iowa.
Yeah.
I know Coral. You know Coralville.
I used to live near Coralville. Come on.
In my dream, I was with my boyfriend, and I had a feeling that I had to throw up.
Ugh, I hate that.
Ugh. As much as I tried to not throw up, I did.
Mhm.
But clumps were getting stuck in my mouth. And once they came out, they started turning into this bizarre fresh flower. And the more I would vomit, the bigger the flower would get.
Mm.
Vomit flowers?
Vomit flowers. I've never heard of that one.
Ah.
I don't want to plant that one in my yard.
No, thank you. Instead of water, you just have to like regurgitate on it. It's not great.
It's not a good situation.
No, my throat's just sore thinking about it.
This is Jennifer, and she's from Orange County.
Oh, see.
OC.
Every time we say Orange County, I don't know why we say that because it's not like we're from there. Just
all
feels
right.
good.
She says, this randomly turns up in several dreams lately. I'll be chewing on a large piece of steak, but it's very chewy and tough, and it won't break down much, but I keep trying. Oh, Mindy.
That's a bad piece of meat.
I gotta say, I've got strong feelings on how meat is cooked. And I have I have a lot
I don't
of
know
questions
this about you, but okay.
No, I guess not. I don't want to say that, but like, I don't, and so many people like their meat well done.
No.
I don't get it. And people that like it rare, the people who like it well done are like, you're eating it raw, you're eating an animal,
Yes.
like raw animal.
Okay, so question, how do you get your steak when you order one?
Rare.
You do straight rare. Okay.
Well, okay, my preference is medium rare.
Sure.
But here's what I do.
All right. Okay.
I know I'm not going to finish.
Mhm.
I know I'm going to have leftovers.
Always.
So I get rare,
Mhm.
and then if I need to reheat it, it comes out a perfect medium rare.
Fair enough.
How about you?
That's interesting because I base mine on where I'm eating. Like if I'm at a steakhouse, I know that they are
Yes.
going to get it right. Like
Mhm.
medium rare will be correctly medium rare and not medium
Yes.
well. But if I'm at like
A bar.
Chili's or somewhere, of course I would never order a steak from Chili's, but say I was going to order a steak from Chili's, then I'm going to ask for like rare because it's going to come out like more like medium rare. So it really depends on like where I'm at.
It does.
You know.
Yes.
Yes.
If you had your choice though, you'd want a medium rare.
A correct medium rare is perfect.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So eventually I have to take it out of my mouth and throw it away. I'm in a public place, so I don't want to be seen throwing away this gross piece of meat. So it's difficult to do so without getting attention. Now, I've given up red meat in my diet this year. I don't miss it, and my health has been better. This is just a weird thing to come up in a dream. I tried looking it up, and I keep finding raw meat in the topic, and this was definitely overcooked steak.
Oh, yeah.
Worst. Can anyone help? Yeah. Oh, that's a tough one, Jennifer.
What's not finished in your life?
What's not?
I mean,
or what's time to get rid of?
Yeah.
Which is it?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want raw or well done? Do you need to develop something or do you need to get rid of something?
Exactly. Steak in a dream, though. Yummy.
I'm getting hungry. Yum. It's dinner time.
It is. It is time soon. Here we go with Stella from Norman, Oklahoma.
Okay.
I had a very weird dream last night. My boyfriend and I were in his hometown, and it was the first day he got back from being in the service, and I was very happy. Oh, nice. I bet you were. But I had to go back to my house to feed my dog. I was trying to contact my boyfriend because I didn't know where he was, and he wasn't texting me back. But then I saw he was at the mall. So I went to the mall to tell him I was going to leave to feed my dog.
This is the most efficient way of getting the message across.
I mean, you could just text him or
wait for an answer.
Or you could have done it while you were together.
Maybe he was going to the bathroom. You don't know where he is.
Maybe his phone battery died. It happens.
Yeah.
There were some sketchy looking men in the mall looking at me like they wanted to do horrible things to me, which freaked me out.
Yeah, rightfully so.
Then I found my boyfriend and he was making some excuse about why he didn't text me back. So I left to go home.
To feed the dog?
Obviously, the dog's got to eat. I go home and my mom is sleeping and I go into her room and wake her up because she's still in her work clothes and her shoes. She wakes up and we're talking a little bit, but then I start hearing a piano key just playing over and over again. Just one key, like someone's tapping it.
I don't like that. I don't like it.
Sidebar. We had a piano tuner come out to our house today because so Mark's a musician, and so we have a baby grand in our house, and so it hasn't been tuned in 10 years, at least since I've known him, 10 years. So he wants to get back into playing, and so we had someone come out today to tune the piano. And it was, I mean, this is like weird that I pulled this string because he literally sat there going, ding, 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 dong, 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 boom, boom, like for 2 hours. And it's in my office.
2 hours?
Yes, and it's in my office. So
I know where it is.
It was not great working conditions today, but he did a wonderful job. Not
Mindy,
his fault.
Do you remember how you used to tell me?
We are in so many sidebars today. I don't even know how we're getting to
We're way in the weeds.
Yeah.
From Lady and the Tramp, the cats that play the piano, the Siamese cats. You used to say you knew how to play that on the piano, and you'd come to my house. You know, it's like, we are Siamese, if you please. Yep. And you would just go, ding, ding. You just hit two keys back and forth.
That's the only thing I've ever...
Like, I don't think that's how you play it.
That's the only thing I ever learned to play on piano. I am not.
It was 2 keys.
Well, now that my piano's tuned, I'm gonna go work on that some more.
Now you can. Next time I'm there, I hope to hear that song.
I will work on that. Okay, so back to Stella. Just someone hitting the key repeatedly. I said, "What the fuck?" And my mom just started talking louder over the note being played. I was like, "Mom, be quiet. Do you hear that?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I said, "What the fuck is that?" And she says, "I don't know." And then I said, "Is it a ghost?" And she said, I don't know. And then
Ooh.
I woke myself up.
Ooh.
This honestly scared the living crap out of me. It was such an odd dream to have.
It is. It is odd, but I like it.
Music can play into, Mark went to school for film composure, and so he can, how much music can play into a mood of a movie, like that, like dun dun dun. It just makes the
I
whole
mean,
dream take a creepy
if
step.
you can pick any, like, let's say, okay, so like John Williams, for instance.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started on him.
Can you imagine a world without John Williams, without the theme to Jaws? Like, could you
Jurassic Park.
imagine? I mean, and that's just one of 50
Harry Potter.
brilliant movie scores that he has done, and
Brooke,
he never
okay.
loses it.
Well, here you go. You need to listen. Okay, again, going back to my podcast, Smart List. They had him on, and it was
Ooh,
fabulous. I mean, he
love
was
John
it was
Williams.
such a great interview. But yeah, they talked about how, literally made the movies what they were.
Superman, Star Wars, Jurassic Park. Like, let's just keep going.
Jaws, like that is like
Jaws is like that's why I picked Jaws, because everyone knows Jaws, and that
it's like okay,
John
I know
Williams.
That's like two notes too, Brooke. And I'm saying I'm pretty close with We Are Siamese. We are Siamese, if you please.
If you can play Jaws for me too.
Okay, I'll work. That's only two keys.
I think you can do it.
I think I can. I'll work on that next time.
I've got big expectations for the next time I visit Mindy.
Yes. Thank you, Stella.
Yes, thank you, Stella.
Okay, I'm going to jump the line and I'm going to go again.
Oh, I see how it is.
I'm going to go again. Because
Okay.
I've got Gracie from Portland.
I love Portland.
I've never been to Portland, but I would love to check it out.
It's a cool city.
This one has a title.
Ooh.
It's called Chased in an Airport.
No thanks.
If you can help interpret this even a little, I'd be grateful.
Okay.
I'm in an airport in Mexico, waiting on my flight.
Okay.
A white male with brunette hair, maybe 24 or 25, comes up to me and asks for my number. A little romance at the airport.
Airport hookups. Ow!
I said no. Thank you. I have a boyfriend.
No, thank you. I like the politeness.
Then he threw something at me and I walked away.
Rude?
But then he had what looked like a fishing pole and it could shoot out needles.
No! Mindy, what's with you and the needles?
No.
I don't
He
like
shot
it.
one out at me and it just missed my head. I started running away and he was chasing me with that pole.
Goddamn fishing pole needles?
Is that how you bring instead of the bullets, is that how you bring the needles back? You just reel it back in and then you shoot it out and then you reel it back in? Seems exhausting.
That's not as efficient as like a gun with a bullet, let's say.
I think Gracie has a pretty good chance of getting away in this case.
Just run a little faster.
How long is that line?
Little golf carts that takes you to the next place.
Yes, the next gate down.
Give him a buck. He'll get you away.
I eventually got away.
Oh, good job.
And saw my brother and his dad. We obviously don't have the same dad, and for context, we are not close. Anyway,
Okay.
I told him what happened, and he was so mad that we went around looking for the guy. And we might have even chased him for a little bit. That part gets a little fuzzy. Either way, we found this guy sitting at a table with his head down. My brother took his fingers and pressed them into the guy's neck until he passed out or died? Question mark.
What?
I'm thinking to myself, this is risky to do at an airport.
Shenanigans. That's what I say.
Chasing someone with a needle pole is not risky, but this seems a little less conspicuous.
Yeah.
Like a death grip. I was conflicted because I felt like the pole guy deserved it, but then I felt bad that my brother did this to him. What the hell does this mean? It was so
it's nice that her brother stood up for her.
Even though they're not close. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
don't know. Stay away from airport pole slingers.
Shenanigans.
Stay away from airport
Just straight up airport shenanigans.
Never good.
Not good.
Well, that brings me to a perfect segue into this, Bestie. If you're enjoying the show, make sure you tell your best friend about this podcast. You can tell a complete
Mhm.
stranger, or you can tell that person next to you at the terminal waiting
Mm.
for their flight. Hey, you got some time on your hands. Is that a poll you have next to you? I should run, but maybe you should also listen to this podcast.
Go to Chili's to go.
Oh, Chili's
Or
to go. Yes. Get yourself some Starbies and some Chili's to go and tell that person at the airport next to you to listen to this podcast. Just run fast if they are attacking you with needles.
yes,
Thanks, Bestie.
fast.
We know you're going
Mhm.
to do it because you're the best.
Loves ya. Mindy, we've talked about urban legends before.
Mhm.
We've talked about mythology of dreams. But this is some new, not new, but this is some folklore
Okay.
since it is the spooky time of year. I wanted to share some
It's
spooky
just call it fucking
folklore.
Halloween. Why do we have to say spooky season? It
Well,
is.
because
I
it's my
know it's
cat's name. I
fun.
like it.
Okay,
It's
fine.
fun.
Let's talk about gruesome things in October.
Yes. And these are ones like we've talked about some of these that I got from this article, but there are also some we haven't talked about, which is
Mm.
what I kind of wanted to do
Love it.
today.
Loves it. Let's go.
The slit mouthed woman.
Don't like that.
I don't like the title of it
Nope.
whatsoever.
I don't need slits in anyone.
A beautiful woman wearing one of those cloth masks roaming the streets at night. She'd ask children, "Am I pretty?" And
Oh.
if they answered yes, she removed her mask and asked again. If the kid answers yes or screams, she cuts them to resemble herself.
If
It,
they give her a compliment, she
yes!
slices them? That's
Well,
rude.
wait, it's worse if you
Uh,
say no.
oh, okay. Well, I think I'll take option one, I
I don't like slip mouth
guess.
women.
Okay.
If they answer no, she walks away, but then murders them in their bed that night. I've never heard of this
No,
folklore,
slit
but I don't
mouth.
like it.
Don't like her.
These are, like I said, this is what
It's
nightmares are
it's
made of,
like
or haunt your
choose
dreams.
to be sliced or killed now or later. There's no
Now
good
or later,
way out
right?
of
Like
here.
live or die with, like, I'm going to slice your face up and you can live, or I'm going to kill you in like an hour.
That is like the worst
Uh,
way to respond to a compliment.
not, yeah, right? Rude. You should just say thank
Thank you.
you.
Accept a compliment. That's something I'm learning to do as I get older.
I'm so happy for you. Okay, now I'll probably pronounce this wrong, but this is it's called the Irish Original Sleepy Hollow. It's
Mm.
the I want to say it's going to be the Doulahan. That's just
Okay,
what I'm going to
let's go
call it.
for it. Yeah,
It's a headless rider.
Just say it confidently.
The Doulahan is a headless rider, usually on a black horse who carries his or her own head under one arm.
I like the fact it can be female.
I do too,
Yeah.
but it does say usually the Doulahan is male, but
Oh,
there are some female versions.
good.
The mouth is usually in a hideous grin that touches both sides of the head. I don't know why that description really freaks me out. Like just such a
More
big
so than slit mouth?
Cheshire cat, like
I don't
evil
know.
smile. Its eyes are constantly moving about and can see across the countryside, even during the darkest nights. The flesh of the head is said to have the color and consistency of moldy cheese.
No.
This is getting gross
Good.
and stinky.
Oh.
The Doulahan uses the spine of a human corpse for a whip, and
Oh,
its
that's kind of cool.
wagon is adorned with funeral objects like candles and skulls to light the way. The spokes of the wheels are made from thigh bones. The wagon's covering is made from a worm chewed pall or dried human skin.
That's very specific.
This is something that will haunt my dreams. When the Doulahan stops riding, that is where a person is due to die. The Doulahan calls out the person's name, at which point the person immediately perishes.
Rook.
Doulahan. Doulahan. One more thing about the Doulahan.
Uh-huh.
There's no way to bar the road against it. All locks and gates open to them when they approach. They do not appreciate being watched while on their errands, throwing a basin of blood on those who dare to do
Oh,
so,
shit.
or even lashing out the watcher's eyes with their whips.
With the spine whips?
The spine whips. But listen to
Oh.
this. They are frightened of gold. Who's frightened of gold?
Oh,
Bring it on.
I am going to the store and I am getting me some chains and some
Yeah,
rings
get
and some
some Doulahan
earrings.
protection
Yeah.
chains.
Well,
But
I'm
yeah,
glad we know
they're
how to
frightened
fight
of
it.
gold. That's about the only thing. Jesus
Interesting.
Christ, the
Okay.
Doulahan.
Well, it's easier. I like it better than garlic. I mean, it's a little more expensive, but
I don't know if I like that or the slip mouth women. I don't like either.
oh, I kind of feel like they're very specific with this Doulahan guy. Like, that's
Doulahan.
painting a good picture.
Yeah. So the next one is just the ghoul.
The
You know that's not
goo.
going to sound good.
Okay.
So this is someone who says, I've always had a dark fondness for the ghoul, and this is part of Persian folklore. It's basically a shape-shifting monster who lurks in wastelands or graveyards with a fondness for dead human flesh.
Yum.
It can assume the guise of an animal and lures you into abandoned places to slay and eat you.
Bummer.
The ghoul, that is a bummer.
Yeah. Don't follow him.
The ghoul then takes on your appearance and returns to your life, but in reality, it drains and destroys those you love.
Oh, okay. Don't like the
I
take
don't
over
like
my
the
life idea
ghoul
either.
either.
That's kind of
These aren't
rude. It's
good.
like identity fraud for like
It's
cryptids.
identity fraud.
Like, well, how'd you get
Close
my
all
social
my
security number,
accounts.
dude? Like now I have to get
Ghoul.
LifeLock and I have to tighten down my
Lifeline.
Experian. God damn it! You know how hard it is to do that? That takes so much time.
Oh, you're gonna be on the phone for a while.
Hours.
It's gonna be a
Yeah.
mess.
Hello, LifeLock. Yeah, a ghoul's got my identity.
Did you say a ghoul,
Yeah,
man? Yes, a
a
ghoul.
ghoul. He's going to destroy everyone I know. Can we just like make sure that he takes out no new lines of credit? Please. Thank you.
Please, please. We don't know what that guy's gonna buy.
Gold. He's buying gold.
He's buying gold. Oh, no, there's no way. There's no way he's buying gold. Because he and the Doulahan, I feel like they're close. And they're
Oh, okay.
like,
I see him
no
now. I see
gold.
him being foes.
I don't
But
know.
okay, sure.
So the next one I have heard of, but it's from Supernatural. And
Mm,
I've heard it pronounced um, Wendigo and Wendigo. So I'm not sure which
okay.
one it is. But there's a handful of different versions of this creature.
Mm,
So, first is the spirit of cannibalism. It's like a possessing force that makes a person want to eat human flesh.
rare.
And it's found mostly in northern climates where getting stranded without food in the winter is much more of a common possibility.
Uh-huh.
Second, here's another one, is a northern ghoul variant.
Oh, yes. The variants
Damn
kind.
these ghouls. A person who eats human flesh becomes a Wendigo rather than eating flesh because they were possessed by a Wendigo. So they become it because they eat human flesh.
Okay, well,
The
I'm just not going to
creepiest
that buffet.
pass.
No.
Big pass. The creepiest version of this I've seen is a floating humanoid figure that moves quickly with the wind, with a
Mm.
starved figure and a distended belly because they're always starving for more human flesh.
The distended belly gets me. Ooh, like that. No.
It's creepy
Yeah,
looking.
that's not good.
So then the third one is more recent, linking descriptions of like Bigfoot with this myth, where it's something like a humanoid
A
where
furry?
it's something like a humanoid furry creature. It's less creepy, I guess, but it's a non-human beast or
Sure.
demon, but still.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
No.
All right. This one, I have no clue, but it's something like Akishka.
Okay.
Akishka. It looks like each usage, but it's pronounced Akishka
Okay.
in Scottish.
Interesting.
It's a shape-shifting horse that frolics around, enticing riders to climb up and go on an adventure.
I would
Woo!
probably do that. If a horse came up and was
if
like,
you saw a random horse, you'd
you
be
wanna
like,
ride
yeah,
me?
let's just hop on, go for a ride.
Well, if he was enticing.
I guess he is enticing. These adventures typically lasted as long as it took the Akishka to get near a body of water, because
Hmm.
then its skin would turn adhesive and it would
What?
drag the rider screaming to the bottom to be drowned and eaten.
So the horse can now breathe underwater, but
But
we're
we
stuck
can't.
on
This is a
him?
mythical creature, Mindy. Yes, this horse can
It's a glue
breathe
horse.
underwater.
I mean, ironically, glue used to be made of horses, so it kinda does make
Maybe it's
sense.
like they're getting even. Like, hey, fuck you.
Now
You
you're gonna be
took my
stuck to me.
grandpa. Now you're gonna die.
Now we're going to the bottom of the lake.
That would be a terrible way to die. I mean, drowning or any kind of lack of oxygen is like one of my biggest fears. But
Sure.
like, you're like, hey, this horse is cool. Let's go for a ride. And then it drowns you.
Rude.
Rude.
Rude
Rude
horse.
horse.
These are fantastic. I haven't heard of I don't think
I
any
haven't
of
heard
these
of a
ones.
lot of
Yeah.
these. So, doppelganger is something we may have mentioned or maybe
Uh-huh.
you've heard of, but the creepiest one has always been this doppelganger from Bavarian folklore,
Okay.
which is kind of similar to a changeling from
Yeah.
Irish
Yeah.
folklore, except for it's not related to fairies. These days, most of us, at least this is how I knew it, we use the word doppelganger to reference like someone's non
Your
related twin.
celebrity doppelganger.
Yeah, someone who naturally looks exactly like someone else without any blood
Okay,
relation.
yeah, mhm.
It's rare, but that's not actually where the word originates from.
Interesting, okay.
Traditionally, the doppelganger was seen as a sign of bad luck. There are superstitions which claim the doppelganger is a non human entity, which can alter its physical appearance to literally become someone else and take their place. It was said that the doppelganger consumed the original person once the transformation was complete.
Mhm. It's like being
Ugh.
eaten by your own twin.
I don't, yeah, like in utero, right?
That sounds
Uh,
no, I don't like that. I mean, to see yourself, like a mirrored image of yourself just coming towards you like, "I'm gonna take you
no,
over." Good.
mm-mm.
Only one Mindy needs to exist.
No, I disagree. I mean, I think
Trust
you're one
me.
of a kind, but
No, we don't need two of me.
I guess I just want you.
Yeah, just yeah.
I want a backup though, just in
Oh,
case.
just a minute. Okay.
Just
Well,
in
let me see
case.
if I can lock it in a box for you,
Okay,
just for you.
please
Yeah.
see what you can do. Here is another American cryptid, but I'm going to say it wrong. It starts in the East Coast mountains and all through to like Kentucky. It's
Oh no,
called,
my kids are in Kentucky. What?
it's okay. It's okay.
Okay. I gotta be prepared.
The Puckwudgie.
The
Make sure you
Pugwudgie. I've heard of the
teach.
Pugwudgie.
You have?
Yes.
Oh, I've never heard of the
Okay.
Puckwudgie.
They covered it on And That's Why We Drink podcast.
Well, I feel like I would drink too.
The
Several
Pugwudgie.
Native American tribes describe these creatures. They resemble small men around a foot tall, but with gaunt features.
Uh-huh.
Their most prominent attributes would have to be their unusually large noses and shaggy, long, moss colored hair. Is that
Ooh.
green? They have long
It
green hair?
has to be green. I mean, greenish brown, perhaps?
It doesn't sound pretty.
No.
The story goes that at one point, the Pukwudgie tribes didn't mind humans, but when one was accidentally killed, they went hostile.
Oh,
Now they
yeah.
hate people with a passion. They can blend in or become invisible to humans. They can also make basic weapons like poison darts,
Yeah.
just designed to create pain.
Okay.
They use these abilities to torment people or even kill as they revel in tricking humans to their deaths.
Yeah, they're
Rude.
tricksters. Yeah, you gotta watch out for those
Tricksters.
little 1 foot tall Pukwudgies.
I don't like it.
Pukwudgies. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily wanna walk the hills of Kentucky by myself if
Nope.
that thing's out there.
I
That's
don't feel
moss
safe.
hair.
Moss. I don't like you and your moss hair, you weirdo 1 foot tall guy with
The
a big
big
nose.
nose. Watch out.
Oh. Well, this is just a real quick description, and God help me if I can get this right.
Hmm.
The hectonsheries,
Mm.
let's just go with that.
Yes.
Or hectonshears, maybe. All it has to say is they have 100 hands and 50 heads.
It's like a
Uh,
centipede kind of.
100 hands and 50 heads.
It's like a
Doesn't say much else about them, but that alone is disturbing to me.
sure. Yeah.
So I've just got 2 more here. This one's called the knuckle-levee.
The
The
knuckle
knuckle-levee?
levee. Livy.
The
Okay.
knuckle-levee. The knuckle-levee. Let's say that.
Okay.
It's the torso of a human fused to the torso of a horse.
Is he bringing me back down to the lake again?
I hope not. I hope this horse doesn't become adhesive like the other one.
Yes.
It sounds like a centaur right now, right? Is that what it's
I
called?
mean,
Or
I can't even. I'm trying to picture this in my head. I'm very confused about torsos
it's a
adhesive
torso of a
together.
human fused to the torso of
So
a
it
horse.
is sticky. It
Where
is
are
still
the
sticky.
arms and legs? Okay, the horse has one eye and it breathes disease and
Ew.
has really long arms that reach the ground from where the human part is sitting.
So
Ooh,
it's
I don't
like a half human, half horse with COVID
Yeah.
with long arms. Very
And it
dangerous.
also has no skin.
It's
Ooh,
just
what?
sticky. I guess it's sticky too.
I mean, you
Must
know
be.
it, torsos without skin are gonna be sticky.
Ew.
Okay, Mindy, I've got one last one for you.
Can't wait.
The Naken?
Okay.
Naken.
Mm.
There are different variations of it, but basically it's a water spirit that can either do terrible or good things to you.
Oh, we're ending
If
on a
you
good note.
please it, and there are many different variations on what it considers
It only slits your
pleasing.
mouth if you compliment it.
Don't compliment it, it doesn't find that pleasing. It can play beautiful music or teach you how to play beautiful music.
Oh, I could get past the Siamese cat song. Excellent.
Yeah, and Jaws, you
Oh,
better
and
be
Jaws.
prepared.
Gotta work on that
If
one.
you piss it off, one version is that it transforms into an ugly old man who dances naked. And
Oh.
this sight is so horrifying, it has been known to drive men mad.
Yeah.
I love folklore, you
I do
guys.
too, yes.
Folklore is just some of it probably is derived from truth, some of it is just fantastical, but all of it is interesting. And these were some that I had never heard before, so I
I hope
just wanted to
you did it.
share.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing.
Yay! Yay,
If you're
yay.
gonna run across one in the woods at night, what are you choosing?
None.
Nope, it's not an option. You have to pick one.
Ah, I'm gonna. It seems most of them ended in death. But if I told the slit mouth woman, yes, all she would do would be like maul me and not kill me,
True. I
right?
mean, I think I could bear a dancing old naked man.
Yeah, I
That's not
guess.
bad. That's
I
not
think I would.
awful.
You know what? I think I might get a kick out of that. Actually,
You probably would. You probably would.
yeah, everything. The torsos.
Drowning.
No drowning.
Oh,
Sticky
a spine
horses.
whip. Not great.
Oh, a spine whip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God,
Yeah.
no. The Doulahan. No. I think I'm gonna take the slit mouth women or the dancing naked
Yeah, I'm
man.
going with dancing naked man. Hands
Yeah,
down.
that
Yeah.
sounds like I might actually have a good time.
Right.
Might not like what I see, but I'll be laughing.
At least you're laughing. Thanks, Brookie, for sharing that. That was awesome. I think that gets us all ready for the Halloween coming up.
Mm,
So
I love
thank
it.
you. Love it.
Chitty chitty bang
Chit
bang.
Chat Chat. Here we go.
Mindy, I've been wondering, do you have an update on the bunker situation? I've been thinking about it
Oh,
lately and I haven't heard
no, I've
much.
seen they've had a couple gatherings at the home.
Gatherings. Okay.
Usually it seems like there's some speakers. So I'm not it looks like it must be of a decent size.
It must
With
be
a
a
tent.
party bunker.
Um, but I
Can
can't.
you rent it out for events? Like,
Yes.
please come to my bunker for my wedding reception.
I can't tell because like now that weeds have grown around it, I can't tell if it's been filled in on top or
Oh,
they're
but there's
just the
progress.
yeah, the bus is still there. They've had some events, so I'm just thinking it's some sort of cult. I don't quite got a grasp on it yet, and I'm kind of afraid to get closer.
I was going to say, I'm afraid for you to get closer, but I'd also like maybe for you to attend one of these events just to give
knock on
us
the
some
door.
answers.
Can I
Just
attend your
some
bunker
answers,
party?
please.
I've got lots of
What's going
questions.
on here,
Yeah.
guys?
Is there a dress code? Is it long skirts? And
I'll be right
I'll
back.
be right back. Speaking of kind of creepy things, last week
Uh-oh.
we spoke of our wonderful experience, our fabulous, I don't even know how to say, wonderful, wonderful time we had at the IO Podcast Awards.
Our win, our big fancy win. Yay.
But we did have something creepy also happen.
Very creepy.
And you didn't want to, you were told me not to add it to last week's episode because you're like, let's keep this on a happy note. And I think maybe we can talk about it this week.
Yeah, I think it fits better. We're talking about spooky, creepy things.
Yeah, it's definitely
like,
creepy.
It's just...
Definitely creepy.
And it was weird because after the award show, we called, was it an Uber?
Yeah, we ordered an Uber because we knew we'd be drinking wine and having a fine time. So we're like,
we were
Ubering
waiting
it.
outside. That theater cleared out though, like so fast.
As soon as
and then
the
we were
event ended,
alone.
we were alone. So we called an Uber. It's a small town on a Sunday night, and so it was an 18-minute wait for our Uber.
18.
But you know, Brooke was smart. She brought some White Claws, and so
White Claws.
we sat outside. There was like a little table and chairs.
There were chairs, yeah.
Chit chatting, reliving the night, living it up. Little wine buzz. We're having a good time.
Yes. Then some creeper and his bike pull up
and just kind of do a lap around the parking lot where we're sitting, real slow, but not just a creeper. He had a handkerchief mask up to his nose, so you could
didn't like the way he looked or made me feel. I was creeped out.
The only thing you could see was his eyes because the hoodie was up and there was like a mask on.
You know, there was a feeling of up to no good happening.
And we were immediately like, that's not normal.
I immediately was happy that we were together.
Yes,
and neither one of us was alone.
Mm-hmm.
But we sat there for quite a bit.
Yeah, he kind of did a lap and moved on.
Watching the situation, going, okay, our Uber will be here. He did move along, and then...
Yeah, but then he came back.
And we decided to move it on down the road.
Well, before that happened, remember, as we're sitting there, he came back, and but this time he wasn't on his bike. He just walked up by where we were, and threw something on my lap.
What was it? And Mindy would not look at it. She refused to look at it.
It was like a crumpled up piece of paper that he walked up to us. He mumbled something. We couldn't tell what he said.
I don't even know if he was really talking to us, but
something was mumbled. Yeah. And then threw something in my lap and then walked inside the building where we just were.
Which he should not be in that building for any reason.
And then that kind of takes away the option of us going into the building for safety because now he's in the building and it's only like a lobby elevator area.
Yeah, it's where we were sitting, it was a very small entrance to the big theater.
Yes. So we are now like, okay, well, we can't go inside for safety. We are in a part of town where there's nobody around. Everyone's left. And I have this note on my lap. And Brooks, you told me, like, open it. And I'm like, what if it's laced with drugs? I am not touching
I'm like, read it. I wanted Mindy, but refused.
I refused to touch it. I didn't know what was on it.
She didn't want to touch it. I was so curious what it said, but...
I am still very curious what it said.
Will forever remain a mystery, Bestie, because neither one of us opened it or looked at it.
I stood up, let it fall off my lap without touching it. Mm-hmm. And then we decided we should probably get in the place that's more populated or more visible.
Yeah, because it was pretty dark where we were, too.
So
we walked about half a block to the corner of, like, this intersection.
Yeah, some streets, at least. So we figured if we were going to get killed, at least a car coming by might see us. Yeah.
Yeah, have some evidence to provide. And what do you know? He comes back.
Goes back to his bike, which has been now parked
sitting
somewhere
for
nearby.
Some time. And it's kind of funny because Mindy's around the corner, but I am on the kind of the other side of the corner, just
Staring him down. You're staring him down.
I'm just giving him the stink eye, like,
She
don't you
was.
come over
Oh,
here.
yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Don't you dare. And Mindy pulls out her Academy Award winning fake phone calls where she's on the phone and she's going, "What? I can't. What did you? I can't believe you did that. You better tell him to come over here right now." Like, it was like one phone call after
Yes.
another. She just was
I
coming up with
was trying to make
story
some sort
after
of story to
story.
make it seem like someone was almost there to pick us up, and he was a
Yes.
badass, and he likes beating
Mhm.
people up, and he was arrested. I had a whole dialogue going, and
There
Brooke's
was a
just giving me
whole conversation,
But
and I'm trying to be like doing the stink eye, but I'm also listening to Mindy's conversations, and I'm like, she's brilliant, but I'm laughing, and I
but I'm not
shouldn't.
laughing because I gotta look
But I'm not
angry. It's
laughing.
like, "Don't fuck with me, sir."
Right,
It was one of
sir.
those moments that you definitely felt I don't know, as a woman, I've not been in that position very often, thank God, but it was not safe. It was definitely not safe.
No, you have to trust your gut in those
Oh,
situations,
100%.
and we definitely got a bad vibe.
Very bad vibe. Yeah.
Very bad vibe
And then
from this guy,
I'm
but
keeping an eye on the Uber because I'm like, fuck, 18 minutes feels like a very long time.
it felt like it took an hour.
It
I'm
did.
not
It
even
really
gonna lie.
did.
It felt like
I'm like, okay, he's
forever.
2 blocks away. He could probably see us from here. Okay, he's 1 block away. He's
Let's go meet him.
yeah,
Let's
like, let's
just
walk down.
jog.
Yeah, yeah. Then you drop your pin for Uber, and it's like, well, then I don't know where
Ugh,
we are. And
yeah, I'm really
nonetheless,
pleased.
he
We're
came
not
up.
gonna
We
wait.
got in. We told him that we were in a very bad situation. Drove away. And all of a sudden, we saw the bicycle guy like ride by the Uber, like
He
following the
wasn't
Uber.
done. He
No.
was not finished with us yet, but thankfully we made it out okay. And just a reminder,
Mhm.
we won the award for
Woo!
best
I
comedy
mean, if
podcast.
it had to be used as a weapon, we were ready to break that motherfucker
Yes,
in
we
half.
have that. That thing is sharp.
It's
It could be.
heavy.
It's
We
heavy
had a
and it's
weapon.
sharp.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a good point.
I would have hate to have used it though,
I
because it's
know.
so pretty.
I know. It's so pretty. But Bessie, yeah, that was our crazy story from
Yeah.
our bad story from the thing. But we survived and we went on to hit up a
We
bar and
we went on
meet up some other
to
podcasters and have a good
we
time
did.
and did some
It wasn't the end of our night by any means.
Oh no, and then we went to the hotel and
We had
we
hours left
giggled
in our night.
for eternity and I was so tired the next day. I
And then
was
I threw up in my car.
it
Just to
wait,
let you know if we're gonna be
in your
honest.
car like wait, you didn't tell me the exact details. Was it flowers? Did you throw up flowers?
I didn't throw up
Okay.
flowers. I
No puke
wish
flowers.
it was like just Gatorade because I had just
Ooh.
like chugged
Did
Gatorade when I
wait,
woke up.
okay,
And
back
that's
it up, back it up. Did you have a receptacle into put
I
this
had a
regurgitated Gatorade?
I would have died if it was just like in my car, but I did have like a Target plastic bag.
That's something.
And you would not believe how fast I grabbed that bag. It was like in a split
Are you
second.
going down the
And
highway at this point? Like you're going
thank
50?
the Lord, we
60?
both said we needed to stop for some
Okay.
fountain drinks.
Some ice cold fountain Coke.
I
Best
knew
hangover
you
for
were
you.
going to Casey's. I pulled into Burger King because
Yeah.
I didn't get dressed and I didn't want to get out of the
Did
car.
I? Get it.
And like I'm waiting for my drink and I'm like starting to feel it. I'm
the
like,
cat,
bring it, give me the drink, give me the drink, give me the drink.
Oh god.
And I pulled into a parking spot and was like
Oh,
into
God.
the Target bag.
Sorry,
And here's the
Bestie.
worst part.
Oh no.
I took the bag, I put it outside of my car and drove away. So someone found
have a
that
bad
bag
day.
of Gatorade.
Well, hopefully it's the bike guy.
Hopefully it was the bike guy because it wasn't the best part of town either because that was our first night where we stayed.
Was not. I luckily I had a well, my migraines get triggered by drinking, so hangover and like they're worse when I have a hangover migraine.
Yes.
But I also get anti-nausea medicine with my migraine medicine, so I was
okay.
tired, but I made it home without puking. So
I did not
Dang me.
feel well for like 2 full days, and that's what happens with aging.
Yes.
I was so tired.
I could not wait to get to bed that night.
Oh God, I was so tired. But you know what?
It was worth it.
Totally worth it.
We win. We win in life. We win in friendship. We win with you besties.
We're winners.
All right, Brookie. I think that wraps up the episode. I don't think anyone needs to hear any more about puking.
No,
or creepy
probably
men
not.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
Let's wrap this up.
Okay, girly. Well, you know what, bestie? Until next week, if you're lonely, just grab your Barbie buddy and
And sweet
sweet
dreams,
dreams, bitches.
bitches.
I love the Barbie buddy
I
line.
wish we
don't
knew
know
each
why.
other when we were 8 because we didn't meet till we were like 14. But if we were friends at 8,
I bet we would have had some good Barbie playing. Like
just
if
do
you
it.
came over to my house and we had a sleepover, we would be cutting some hair and
Outfits. Oh, she's got to go to the
mhm.
mall again.